Hello, everybody. This is Peace, Love, Harmony here, and we have Ogre from Harmony Hub here for the Elective Validator series.
Hey,
Please make
everybody.
sure you like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll start out with asking Ogre a little bit about himself. If you want to give a brief overview.
Shoot, I suppose we'll start with my rebirth. I found cryptocurrency in November of 2017. And then that's where it all changed, right? We all got cryptocurrency, went through crypto winter after spending a lot of money on cryptocurrency in Q1 of 2018 as it goes down. I bought a lot of $300 and $200 Litecoin. During crypto winter, I found blockchain gaming, which is my true passion. And I managed to kind of find some games and work my way through it and managed to make a little bit of money during crypto winter, actually. I was kind of surprised about that. A couple of years ago, I found Harmony, which is weird because it seems like a lot longer than a couple of years ago. But realistically, it was like March of 2020 when they were training all the validators up on POS for the Harmony blockchain. And yeah, the rest is kind of history. I've been kicking around the community ever since.
Nice. Been around for a while. So when did you actually decide to become a Harmony validator, and what made you decide to be a validator for Harmony?
Well, I'm kind of a technical guy. I have a background in networking predominantly with a little bit of operating system, but more on like the Microsoft and Android side. Little bit of basics in Linux CLI. And when I found Harmony, it was right when Harmony was switching over from proof of work to proof of stake. So they were training people to become validators, which was really cool timing because I had kind of wanted to do it, but hadn't had the opportunity. And here they were going to teach me how to do it. And so, yeah, it was all over it.
Have you been a validator for any other blockchains before?
At this point, I'm looking at it. Just because it is good residual income, ways to create faucets. So definitely considering it, but no, at this point, I'm still all on Harmony.
So were you one of the pioneer validators when they swapped over to proof of stake? It must have been pretty easy to find the requirements to get your node going.
Yeah, blockchain was a lot smaller back in those days.
How much was the 10,001 self-stake back then? Was it 10,001?
Yeah, it was 10,001, but shoot, I want to say back then Harmony 1 was only like 2 to 4/10ths of a penny. So like a third of a penny to like 20% of a penny. Like, yeah, it was very very doable for most people. But I mean, that's the way it is early on in the chain, right? As time goes on, it gets more popular. There's less risk, so and the community is growing, so they're buying up the coins. The value goes up. The real way to win in anything in blockchain, any project, whether it's a layer one chain or a game or DeFi project, you got to be there from the beginning, really. So I mean, there's always gains to be made later on. Don't get me wrong; they're more safe. So there's a place for that in everybody's portfolio, and then there's also a place where you should probably be just throwing a little bit at a few projects that are just hopes and dreams still. Like they're still working on the white paper. You know what I mean? Most of them are going to fail. You'll lose most of that money, but one or two of them won't fail. And if you let them do their thing for 6 months or a year, and better yet, even help them in some way, running a chat or making videos, whatever you're able, hell yeah. Like, that's how you win in my book.
Yeah, that's good advice. So you said you had Linux experience when you first became a validator. Did you still start out on testnet, or did you go straight to mainnet?
Right. I mean, the chain for proof of stake was still on testnet.
Wow.
Still proof of work when I was learning how.
So you didn't have a choice then.
Nope. Now we started up our validators on block 1 of proof of stake. Not the true Genesis block. The proof of work chain is archived, from my understanding. But I mean, Genesis block for proof of stake.
Did you start out with the 0% commission?
Sure did.
And how did you go about getting delegates before you got elected?
Well, back in the day, it wasn't that hard because that was all over the chat. I actually had, like, if you went into Telegram and looked at like messages by user, I had more replies, like helping people in chat, than some of the moderators did at the time. So yeah, I didn't find it very difficult. The chat was much smaller at that time, and I spent my time, a lot of time, in the Telegram chat, just helping people, answering questions. Heck, we taught some people how to validate, just really helping people. Right, that's the best way to grow a community in my mind. Help other people answer their questions, give them knowledge.
No doubt about it. How much time do you typically spend a day on your validator, whether it be checking on your node or helping out delegates and things like that?
Well, here recently, I haven't been really trying to grow my node. I was fortunate being one of the original validators to where I got an original Binance delegation. And it's still sitting there. So I know there's a lot of other validators out there struggling to grow and try to get elected. So I'm not really advertising my validator at all. As a matter of fact, if people are watching this and they're considering delegating to me, please don't. There's a lot of other people out there that need a lot more than I do. But I'm doing just fine where I'm at, and I appreciate it. Helping secure the network, but let's get some of those other people elected, so that we can grow the network and secure even further.
Noble of you. How many social?
Wouldn't be big deal.
Right. How many social media platforms are you on? Which ones do you find most effective for you?
Huh. Interestingly, that's changed over time. For a while there, it was Telegram, but I'm mostly mobile user, which is why I like Telegram over Discord, because Discord was just too much going on a small screen. Eventually, though, I got frustrated with Telegram because of all the scammers. It's impossible to get rid of somebody who's impersonating you. So I don't spend much time on Telegram anymore. Twitter, I'm on daily. I'll check Telegram daily, but it's usually just like DMs and a few chats. I usually don't talk there. Discord is where I'm doing most of the talking here lately. Try to check Reddit, although I haven't been as good at that lately. And here recently, I've been working with more artists and found that I'm being pulled towards Instagram. Yay. Exactly what I needed in my life. Another social media platform to pay attention
to. You write all your own wallet guides to give out for delegates, and and if so, how do you do it? You do use Medium or YouTube?
I have written a few Medium articles and made a few YouTube videos back in the day when I was kind of looking for delegates and trying to help people out. I really need to get back in there and make a few more because, well, I should be continuing that, help growing the network in a decentralized way.
Do you find that they help you out you must get people to ask how to use wallets, must make it a lot easier to just be able to give them a guide to go by.
That's why I made them initially. Yeah, I was working in the chats and helping out the mods, and it was like the same questions kept coming up. I was like, all right, man, I'm just gonna make a simple video or write an article about this. That way we can just give them an easy answer and not have to type all this whole explanation out again. Wolf also got really good about like just creating shortcuts in chat using some bots for stuff like that too. So where if somebody asks about a bridge, it would automatically see the word bridge and just spout out a whole bunch of answers. Kind of funny, very useful.
You have your own website, right? And you had an app for, don't you? Or?
Yes, built an app and a website to go along with it. And then, as devs do in this space, they got wealthy, so they kind of moved on. So at some point, I want to do a reboot of it. I'm looking. If there's any devs out there that want to help me? I need someone who knows Flutter for the mobile side, and then somebody for the front end as well on the website. I can pay. Happy to pay. Just need somebody to do it.
What was your server set up like when you first started? Did you use a cloud server? And
It's actually quite similar to what I'm using today. I started on Vultr and I'm still on Vultr. The instances were a lot smaller and a lot cheaper. I remember when I could run 4 instances for under $200 and have shards on every chain. Not so much anymore. Yeah, I've narrowed it down to 2 just to reduce management. I wasn't trying to jump around and chase that top percentage to get more delegates and stuff like that. So I just kind of backed off, went to minimal keys, and brought it down to 2 servers to reduce costs a little bit.
Where do you think's the best place to keep up with what's going on with Harmony? If you could only pick one.
Oof, only one. Oof, there isn't a good one, right? I mean, that depends on you. Probably the best place from Harmony's perspective, I would assume, would be either the talk.harmony.1 forum or their Twitter account, is where they seem to push a lot of the current info. Discord's a good spot, and of course Telegram. Reddit has been kicking it. I mean, there's several different avenues that they keep populated. They're even getting better with the YouTube now and Instagram. So it kind of comes down to your users, right? They don't have to find a new medium just to keep up with Harmony, and I like that. Granted, some are better than others, but no matter what your favorite social media platform is, you should be able to stay relatively up to date with Harmony.
What has been the most rewarding part about being a validator for you?
The most rewarding part about being a validator, helping to know that I'm securing the Harmony One network so that our community members can utilize the network and the projects built upon it, knowing that their funds are safe.
Has there been any mistakes that you've made along the way that you wish you could have avoided that maybe could be a tip for new validators?
Yeah, definitely. Check your validator every day, no matter how busy you are. Keep up with the validators chat in Discord. Usually, if there's some information that is time sensitive and really needs to be put out, that's where the Harmony team will put it out. So yeah, check Discord, check your server every day. And of course, if you're going to start a validator, you can't just view it as something that's going to magically work. You are not entitled to run a validator. It's a job. It is a commitment on your part to help secure the network, as well as provide some sort of love back to the ecosystem, right? It is a POS or ePOS system, which means to a degree, it's a little bit of a popularity contest. Nobody's going to stake with you if you don't give them a reason to. Initially, before you get elected and you're super low below the lower bound and getting ridiculous returns, yeah, you might get some extras. But in order to really survive and thrive, you've got to give something back, right? Give the community a reason to be a part of your validator. Create a community. That's number one. And then what are they revolving around? Are you good at writing articles, making videos? Are you good at just hanging out with people and maybe giving life advice in chat? Whatever. Everybody's got a superpower. Find yours. Because without it, you're going to fail as a validator.
That's very good information. Really appreciate it. You use any the bot sphere validator, like the smart stake bot or vstats bot?
Nope. I just parked it up there. In my mind, the network doesn't change that drastically to where the EMS is going to drop ridiculously, if anything, and it might go up ridiculously. So I have always been in I actually parked there several months ago, and it's been in a pretty good earning situation to where it's not really worth the time to try and fight the gamified system and improve it. I got nothing to prove to anyone. It's making money. It's always in the top 50%. So winning in my book.
Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you in Denver. And
That it was, man.
thank you very much for doing the interview.
Maybe we'll have a convention here in Boston or something like that, a little closer to home. Come link up.
Definitely. I hope so. Well, thank you. And thank you for watching, everybody. Please remember to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Rob.